Welcome again, Libra. It's March 2019. Dadhichi here with your, I guess, current karma. And it's important because the planet relating to your karma has recently entered into this upper part of your horoscope. I want to focus on this a little bit. I'll talk about some of the other transits, but this is very, very important, and transiting through this 10th house of your horoscope, especially during the next year or so, will bring with it fantastic opportunities. You have to be ready to engage and ready to maybe even try something a little bit different. Fortune favours the brave, so they say. You have excellent trine aspects to this right now by Neptune, Mercury. These idealistic and communicative planets are strong and fortify the position of this planet. At the same time, you have these opposition forces here from Pluto and Saturn. Sometimes the universe will sort of gently nudge you and say, hey, why don't you do what you really love to do? And if you sort of hold off from that, there comes a time where the circumstances are forced upon you. So hopefully you are listening to what these planets are saying, what the circumstances around you are pointing to. The other thing about this is that you have to keep it real. The North Node, or as I call it, Rahu, is intense in its desire to achieve success, to have all of the wonderful things in life. The problem with that is that you need to be realistic. That's where Neptune and this triangular aspect may cause you to get ahead of yourself, to aim a little too high. You should always aim high, but you should always keep your ambitions, within your capacity to practically reach them. In other words, don't jump at these things too quickly or you'll ruin the opportunity. You maybe need to have a better plan for a long-term strategy here. Let me just get the right date here, because I'm ahead of myself on this. There we go. On the 1st and 2nd, your ruling planet Venus moves into the 5th house of creativity. So this is again supporting what I'm seeing here. So work, creativity. This is also love affairs, by the way. I'm just getting the sense that the bigger issue here is your karma. We see 3 planets here in your workplace activity, and Saturn, Moon, Pluto, and the South Node in the domestic sphere, all influencing this career sector. So I think this is a big month for you as far as work is concerned, and you have a big appetite to achieve things in a meaningful way. On the 7th, we see the new moon also taking place here within the zone of your workplace activities, co-workers. This also has to do with debts, financial debts, and health issues. Having Neptune here may also be creating some sort of concern over your own health. Sometimes this is imagined. Sometimes it's maybe through overwork or taxing your mental level. You see here also around the same time Mercury, the planet ruling your good fortune, has gone retrograde. So the retrogression of friendly planets is actually excellent. And being here in the 6th house in Pisces, normally you say things are going to go into a tailspin, you're not going to have the answers you want, but it actually empowers you to use the skills that you've got to achieve good results at this time. There may still be some decision that has to be pondered over. You may not be able to make that decision till around the 28th, towards the very last part of the month. On the 21st, we see the sun moving out of this sixth house of work into the relationship area. And that's also going to happen juxtaposed against this eighth house stuff that's fairly significant too. The eighth house has to do with your sexuality. It's, according to the Hindu astrologers, the problem or psychological obstruction part of your horoscope. Mars is an angry planet. It's not friendly. It rules your marital area. And we see here on the 22nd when the Sun, also a problematic planet. The fiery planets are problematic even though they're inflamed by the element of air, which is what you are, Libra. So you have to be careful that this doesn't become a problem for you around this third week of the month. There's a full moon just after this, well, just before it, my apologies. There it is there on the 21st. Just at the same time, the Sun moves into your zone of partnerships, marital affairs, business liaisons. And the moon in the 12th house is an expense sector. So I'd be saying that in the last part of the month, especially because we've seen all of these planets pointing to some debts or outstanding loans that are bothering you, that you need to work through that. And the full moon here shows us the likelihood of expending money on that. The full moon also has to do with your work, ruling your career sector. And this may indicate you're going to get better results by just stepping away from the crowd, from the team, and doing work alone. You're going to get a lot more done more quickly, more efficiently. The 26th, Venus, your ruler, also makes another move back into this area. So you see the repetitive nature of the themes in astrology and how they point to those sorts of areas that are going to be highlighted. This is important also because it relates to your health. So I'd be saying that you need to maybe take some time out and realize that doing the work you do has to come with a more relaxed attitude. If you can work on that, I think you'll start to see quicker, more efficient, and like greater results for your work and your relationships. I'll be back next month. Hope you'll join me. In the meantime, astrology.com.au for the text-based version of what I've just said here and a little bit more. The year in focus, and of course we have my one-on-one consultations for those of you that are interested. We've been pretty busy lately. Of course, it's the new year. You want to know what's around the corner. I'm here to help you with that. Take care. Bye-bye for now.